Nie poszukam jakieś inne gry, ale to później, może w przyszłym tygodniu, może 2, zobaczę jak to wygląda. No to kontynuujemy. Dobra. Nie pamiętam od kiedy tam. Nie wiem, grałem w poniedziałek, ale trochę mi się nudziło. I postanowiłem tam od piątku pograć i takie tam. Nie i zobaczymy jak to wygląda. Czekaj, musimy... O! Dobra, nie pamiętam. Co miałem robić? Rozwiążę gadkę. Użyć telegę. Nie wiem, dobra, po kolei spróbuję. Może spróbuję te. Zobaczymy, które będzie pamiętam. Bo trochę się pogubiło. Dobra. Dobra, tutaj nic nie ma. O, może próbuję.
I asked Mycroft to find out some information on the WEA Coal Company. Here is his reply, and it is an interesting one.
Kupię kopalnię. Czekaj. Dobra. Dobra, okej, zobaczymy to dalej. Dobra, okej.
Will I ever get any...
Dobra, zobaczycie. Czekaj, to nie to. Zbadaj historię, to jest... Czekaj, który to był? Chyba trochę pogubiłem. Ale trudno to. Chyba co tu jest? No zobaczę. No nie wiem, zobaczę. Tyle to? Nie wiem, myślałem, że pogadałem, nie wiem, ale chyba nie. Dobra, poszukam sobie. Dobra, tutaj nic nie ma, bo nie pamiętam. Czyli badałem wszystkie tutaj. Tutaj to nic nie ma. Coś badałem. Dobra, tu nic nie ma. Może zapytam tego pana, jeśli nie wiem.
The entire train has disappeared.
No ciema, Merdekiu. Ciema, no, Merdekiu, czy jakieś tam. Nie wiem, zobaczę, gdzie to jest. A, to nie tu, kurczę. Gdzie tutaj? Że tu? Ja tutaj nie. Tutaj zobaczenie, tutaj nie ma. Kurde, gdzie to jest? Ja tutaj nie da się. No tutaj nie ma, kurczę. Nie wiem, gdzie to może być. Może tutaj? Nie wiem. Tu już było. Nie mogę znaleźć, kurczę, gdzie to może być? Szukam, nie wiem. Zbadaj odnogę torów Efesa. Tu nie wiem, gdzie to jest. To nie wiem, gdzie to jest. A tutaj też zobaczę, nie? Tutaj. A dobra, może zobaczę tutaj. Otwarcie miejsce kolejności ustawę. Nie skazany. Dobra. Snare, zapas na lecie.
My search should be focused upon the name
Ojej.
Zarpas.
Czekaj, o kurczę, czy jak to się nazywa? Tak. Technika.
Here it is.
Dobra, mam. Dobra, tu jeszcze nie ma. Czekaj. Czekaj, Meksykański, nie wiem. Nie, to nie to. Nie wiem. Nie ma. To też nie ma. O kurczę. Dobra, tutaj. O kurczę, patrz. Kurczę, gdzie to jest? Nie wiem, daj poszukam. Czekaj. Czekaj, nie wiem, to jest, dobra, nie wiem. Czekaj, jak to się nazywa? Kurczę. Sprawdzę, czekaj. Weź ham. Ojej. Weź ham. Weź ham. Tu? Czekaj. Chyba mi więcej, nie wiem, czekaj. A, tu! O kurczę. Tu. Nie wiedziałem, że tutaj jest. Kurczę.
There was a building
Dobra,
here
już
so
znalazłem.
long ago.
But I don't understand, Holmes. Why would anyone destroy the shed in such a manner?
It was disassembled in great haste. It is most odd.
Dobra. Jeszcze coś badasz. Czekaj, zobaczę. No gdzie, kurczę. Kurczę. To ta gra, czekaj, ta robota. Chyba pisałem, chyba tytuł, nie wiem, czy... Bo ja zapomniałem zapisywać. Zobaczę, czy nie zapisywałem. O kurczę. Znowu się pojebało. Dobrze. Nie wiem, to się zepsuło. Teraz poprawię. Czekaj. Muszę poprawić, kurczę. No bo coś tam się stało. Później poprawię. Czekaj. Ja poprawię, tylko poszukam gdzie to jest. Czekaj, ja ci podam. Za chwilę podam. Za minutkę, tylko poszukam gdzie to jest. Kurczę, gdzie to jest? Kurczę, gdzie... Dobra, przepraszam. Dobra. No bo też się stało. Dobra, później naprawię, ale to... No. Kurczę, jeszcze raz. Czekaj, jeszcze trochę i pik. Czekaj, który to był? No, znowu to samo, poczekaj jeszcze chwilkę. Czekaj, poprawiłem, tak? Dobra. Dobra, i szukaj. Dobra. No, czekaj, jeszcze trochę. Jeszcze tylko trochę i kończę. Czekaj. Jeszcze tylko trochę i kończę. A, dobra. Zapomniałem ustawić, przepraszam. Dobra. Dobra, hello holmes, crime and punishment. Jakoś tak. Dobra. Dobra, już poprawię. Tak, jeszcze trochę, bo zapomniałem. Dobra, już poprawię. Teraz jest dobrze. Oje. Dobra, mam. Ślady się
Traces. Let's take a closer look. Nothing interesting here.
Kurczę, jak to będzie?
Nothing interesting here. Nothing interesting here. Nothing interesting here.
Dobra, nie umiem tego.
Nothing interesting here. Nothing interesting.
Dobra, nie jestem się.
The vehicle would have been heavy, as these tracks are quite deep. These traces are relatively fresh and were made by a large truck loaded with materials. The traces found at the disassembled shed near Evesham and at the lake were from the same vehicle.
Dobra.
This road should lead to the town of Evesham.
Dobra. Zobaczycie, muszę jeszcze zobaczyć, zbadać coś. Gdzie znajdę też, nie ma nic. Dobra, sprawdzam, czy tutaj też tam nie ma nic. Chyba tutaj też tam jest. Nie, tutaj. Chyba wszystko. Bo i więcej nie wiem, gdzie jeszcze zbadać. Dobra, to mogę iść wracać. Dobra,
What
pogoda.
should we do next, Holmes?
Nie wiem, może zapytam tego konduktora, czy tam. No, te ślady to nie są konie. No nie, bo to jakaś ciężarówka tam.
It appears that there was a small warehouse near your station and that it was disassembled. Why is that?
It was burgled overnight about 2 weeks ago. The police have already started their investigation, but I doubt that they'll find anything.
What was inside the warehouse?
Nothing of value. A
Zauważyłem, że
few
ślady
hundred
konia,
feet of
ale nie wiem chyba
standby
co.
rails and some spare railway parts. But it wouldn't be easy to steal all of that. Why would anyone want to?
See you later, my good man.
Dobra, nie wiem. Nie wiem to. Czekaj, to jeszcze trzeba badać, bo nie wiem. Pisze, że badaj prowadzący do konsystencji między a. Czekaj, a. To chyba tu, to. Tak. Zobaczcie, tu. Czekaj, który to ma? Ja to już byłem, dobra, to ja nie. My dobra, wracam, dobra, okej.
You'll find nothing interesting here, I'm afraid.
Czekaj, nie ma tutaj chyba. Czekaj, może poszukam na ile. Jeśli to nie. Czekaj, poszukam w internecie, może coś znajdę. No nie wiem. Trochę. Czekaj. Czekaj, czekaj, to i to? Nie wiem, zobaczymy. Się poprawić. Czekaj, badać to. Prowadzenie. Czekaj, jak się nazywa? To nie wiem. Prowadzenie. Czekaj, muszę popatrzeć. Dobra, no. Czekaj, muszę poszukać jeszcze tylko. Dobra, chyba nie wiem, bo jest świątynia. Dobra, tak.
Then the case is solved, Holmes. What do you intend to do?
Well, I shall require assistance for the arrests. There were accomplices.
Ah, but I know that look. You have your own ideas.
Czekaj.
What are they, Holmes?
Ej, nie pamiętam.
On the one hand, we have the local constabulary and advice from our friend Lestrade. The problem we have there is that the authorities seem to be incapable of
Nie,
acting
jestem
quietly.
Polsce.
They rely
Nie
on brute
pamiętam,
force.
wybacz.
It
Tyle.
could result in an international
Trochę
scandal.
cholera, że nie
Our
pamiętam.
other option is Brother Mycroft and his tedious political games. He will locate the guilty parties without any
Bo
trouble,
jestem Polski, tylko mam
but it will
problem
be a
z głosem
long
i
and
tak.
drawn-out process, and
Dlatego
possibly
tak
with some
mówię.
compromise that will be to Mycroft's benefit. But I think I'd prefer to give Mycroft a chance. We should overlook our personal differences on this occasion.
Let us go home then. I'd like to begin writing a draft of this story.
I did not say that we had finished here yet.
Well, all right. What did I miss?
Nothing. I only want to stop our dear Mr. Robinson before he realizes we have cornered him. Let us go.
Nic nie szkodzi, bo ja i tak kilka osób też tak mówi, że mam, no wiesz, czasami problem głosu i takie tam.
Mr. Robinson, we must ask you to remain here until the police arrive.
The police? But why?
You are one of the suspects in our case of the vanished train, which, by the way, involves the death of all its passengers.
What? Is this a joke?
I can assure you that it is not.
This is outrageous. You don't know who you're dealing with. I am an influential man, and you shall regret this.
We know perfectly well who you are. We also know where the train is. The police shall be happy to find it. And as for your exclusive sales contracts...
Jeszcze 23, 22, 23. Ojej, oczywiście. Zobaczę. Jeszcze brakuje, kurczę. No nie wiem, poszukam. Brakuje jeszcze jedna szkarówka, ale nie wiem. Rozwiąż zagadkę, badaj to. No to jestem dostatek, to nie wiem. Gdzie to może być?
You'll find nothing interesting here, I'm afraid.
Brakuje jedna szkarówka, ale nie wiem, gdzie może być. Może tu? Nie, tutaj nie ma. Kurczę, brakuje jedna szkarówka. Nie, tutaj nie ma. Czekaj, muszę pomyśleć. Nie, tutaj to jest. No tak to wygląda. Fajna grafika. Tak to wygląda. Dobra, gubiłem. Gdzie to jest? Czekaj, może gdzieś indziej. Może plaża? Zobaczę. Jak nie ma plaży, to nie wiem. To może obok, to zobaczę. Nie wiem, może tutaj. Dobra, zobaczę. Dobra, dzięki tam. No jest taki. No kurczę, brakuje jedna skorzówka, ale nie. Tutaj chyba nie ma. Dobra, zobaczę na górę może. Nie da się? Nie, chyba nie da się. Tutaj? Nie da się. No nie da się. Może kopalnie? No dobra, nie wiem. Chyba dobra, poddaję się. Czekaj. Jeszcze brakuje Meksykanie, ale... Czekaj, może Meksykanie. No, to próbuję dogadać z kimś. Kolejowy może. Tutaj nie ma dalej. No nie ma tutaj chyba. Kiedyś badałem raczej, ale chyba nie ma. Tutaj badałem wcześniej. No nie ma szans. Dobra, próbuję blik. Zobaczę, czy może tam. Dobra, pogadam kilka ludźmi, jeśli nic nie ma, to już kończę.
It's a scandal. I will not move from here and...
Don't touch anything, please.
No nie ma tutaj. Nie wiem, może tym facetem? Nie, nie da rady. Tutaj też nie. No nie wiem, tutaj chyba nie ma. Nie, tu jest nie. Dobra, nie ma, tutaj nic nie ma. Czekaj, to już chyba był, ale tam nic nie. Może to.
Then the case is solved, Holmes. What do you intend to do?
Well, I shall require assistance for the arrests. There were accomplices.
Ah, but I know that look. You have your own ideas. What are they, Holmes?
On the one hand, we have Mycroft and his tedious political games. He will locate the guilty parties without any trouble. But It will be a long and drawn-out process, and possibly with some compromise that will be to Mycroft's benefit. Our other option is the local constabulary, and advice from our friend Lestrade. The problem we have there is that the authorities seem to be incapable of acting quietly. They rely on brute force. It could result in an international scandal. All the same, I think that I prefer the forces methods. It would be better to resolve the case quickly and efficiently, without any talk of politics.
Let us go home then. I'd like to begin writing a draft of this story.
I did not say that we had finished here yet.
Well, all right. What did I miss?
Nothing. I only want to stop our dear Mr. Robinson before he realizes we have cornered him. Let us go. Mr. Robinson, we must ask you to remain here until the police arrive.
The police? But why?
You are one of the suspects in our case of the vanished train, which, by the way, involves the death of all its passengers.
What? Is this a joke?
I can assure you that it is not.
This is outrageous. You don't know who you're dealing with. I am an influential man, and you shall regret this.
We know perfectly well who you are. We also know where the train is. The police shall be happy to find it. And as for your exclusive sales contracts...
Co tam bym wysłał, ale nie mam pieniędzy. A, spoko. Jak nie masz, to nie masz, to spoko. Nic nie szkodzi, jeśli nie masz. To w porządku.
Holmes, what happened?
I feel deathly.
And you look it. Let me examine you. Please don't tell me that you've returned to your old habits.
A, zobaczę, do której posiedzę. Nie zobaczę. Do która godzina? Jestem lekko zmęczony. No nie wiem, czy dam radę.
The pupil is dilated. The temperature appears to be normal. I need to concentrate and count the heartbeats. I need to concentrate and count the heartbeats. I need to concentrate and count the heartbeats.
Kurczę, jak to jest?
I need to concentrate and count the heartbeats. I need to concentrate and count the heartbeats. I need to concentrate and count the
No
heartbeats.
jeszcze raz. To się...
I need to concentrate and count the heartbeats.
Czekaj, muszę się skupić. Nie.
I need to concentrate and count the heartbeats.
Czekaj, jeszcze raz.
I need to concentrate and count the heartbeats.
Jeszcze raz. To się to...
I need to concentrate and count the heartbeats. I need to concentrate and count the heartbeats.
Muszę się kontestować.
I need to concentrate and count the heartbeats.
Jest.
weak pulse, around
udało
50
się.
beats per minute. But you're dying, Holmes. Your pulse rate is dropping. We need to get you to the hospital immediately.
The antidote. Give it to me.
The antidote? You mean that you're poisoned?
Now. Please.
Here, drink it all. Don't tell me that you did this to yourself.
Hemlock and datura. I was compelled to.
Holmes, imagine if I'd not returned home when I did. What might have happened?
I knew that you would.
Mam pytanie.
Mr. Holmes, Inspector Lestrade is here to see you.
Mr. Holmes is unable to see anyone at the moment. He is unwell.
A good day,
No
Inspector.
powiedzmy, że mam połowę
Mr.
problemy
Holmes,
mowa, ale
glad
tylko
to find you
połowę.
here. I need your help. This is a strange one. We
But
brought in 2 young bankers from the city, sons of lords, members of the chamber, and so
zapraszam
on
na
and so
chwilę,
forth.
muszę...
They were found stranded in a rowing boat that was drifting
Dobra.
on the Thames.
A romantic escapade with an unhappy ending, Lestrade.
What? Well, yes, they were both in the bath, but what?
As I said,
And they were tied together.
you are lacking in imagination,
Dobra, już się tam...
Inspector.
Well, no, I'm not.
Byłem
Anyway,
Dobra,
there was a
trochę
banner
problemy i
flapping
tyle.
about in the boat with the RMS Oceanic printed on it and signed by the Merry Men.
The Oceanic. Isn't that the largest steamer ever built?
Yes. And these 2 young banker chaps are sons of the owners of the White Star Line, the company that built it. There are rumours of corruption.
I'm not interested in politics, Lestrade.
Ojejku,
I'll
nie
keep it
interesuje.
Here's another one that's a bit more complex and maybe to your
O,
liking.
zobaczymy.
It's a murder, but we're unable to find any weapon. We haven't touched anything. It's at the Roman Baths in
Rzymskie
Strand.
ładnie na
A murder, a vanishing weapon, the Roman baths. That's for us. Watson, fetch your hat.
O, następny ślad. Ciekawe. Zobaczymy, jak to będzie wyglądało. No. No, ładnie, pięknie tu jest.
Beautiful place.
With a dreadful murder. The body of Sir Rodney Bentcliffe is still in the steam room. It has not been touched, per your usual instructions, Mr. Holmes. I shall be waiting for you here, but please hurry.
Ale to lepiej, że masz problemy. No, bo czasami mam problemy, bo jest. No, trudno powiedzieć. Po prostu mam problemy i tyle.
Are you able to identify the men who were with the victim in the steam room?
Yes. The manager of the bath, Sir Gregory Pitkin, a lad from the city council,
no,
Garrow,
okay.
and an
Dobra.
archaeologist by the name of Blinkhorn. I think the plump one, Garrow, did it. He doesn't seem right in the head.
Well, we shall see.
Dobra.
You found no murder weapon?
No, and that's why I called you. All 3 witnesses and the victim were locked in when the murder occurred, and they remained so until we got here. We even had to pick the lock to enter.
I see.
Dobra, i zobaczymy jeszcze.
Was there anyone else here, apart from those gentlemen in the steam room?
Yes, a Mr. Phillips. He was the one who called the police. He'll be able to give you more details.
Dobra, to pogadam. Gdzie on jest? Przez chwilę tu był. O, tu.
Good day to you, Mr. Phillips. My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is my colleague, Dr. Watson. Would you be so kind as to answer our questions?
Certainly, sir.
Please tell us the chain of events from the start of your day. Everything that you can remember. The slightest detail may be of importance.
Very well, sir. I came in at 6:30 this morning, and I opened the baths. I made sure that the room was clean, and I prepared the towels. The brazier was still burning.
There was a fire burning all night.
Yes, Sir Gregory ordered me to light the brazier yesterday. It takes some time until the room is fully heated. The gentleman had a meeting at 9 o'clock this morning. I wanted everything to be perfect. They'd been in the steam room for 20 minutes when I suddenly heard shouting. I ran to the door, but it was closed. I couldn't open it. So I ran out to the street to call for the police. One constable came up, and then there were others, and they picked the lock. Then Inspector Lestrade came along, and he told us that nothing should be touched.
Did you receive any other visitors this morning?
No one. Until these gentlemen arrived. Sir Gregory was the first. And then, while we were discussing work details, Sir Rodney and Mr. Blinkhorn arrived, and Mr. Garrow followed.
What happened after that?
I waited until they all entered the steam room, then I returned to the hall. The changing room door was open, so I should hear if they needed anything.
You would have heard if someone had entered or left the steam room.
Certainly, sir. These doors make a lot of noise.
Dobra, to jest. Dobra, następny. Tutaj nie ma. Gdzie to może... O!
These baths are becoming
Any progress, Mr. Holmes?
The steam room.
Dobra, przesypaj. Dobra. Zobaczymy. Badam tutaj po kolei i zobaczyć tutaj.
Frigidarium.
Tutaj ma... Dobra, tutaj nie ma.
The steam room.
Dobra, zobaczymy.
These clothes belonging to one of the suspects. Expensive clothes belonging to one of the men from the steam room. Champagne for a special occasion. An ice bucket to keep the champagne chilled.
No. Zapłatę być do końca, ale teraz na chwilę muszę umyć. Ale jak się umyję. Okej.
Unopened, it was intended to be enjoyed after the steam session.
Dobra. Dobra, zobaczę, czy jeszcze badam. Zobaczę tutaj. Nie, to już było. Dobra. Nie ma tutaj, dobra.
Good Lord, Holmes.
Death with a peculiarly Roman piquancy.
Like the one you almost had an hour ago.
Let us forget about that.
There was only one hit from the weapon.
Jeden cios.
It pierced the right eye straight through to the brain. Death would have been instantaneous.
The wound should not have bled so profusely. This pool is rather large. Some dirt or earth. I'll take a sample.
Well, death is very recent. Between 30 minutes to 1 hour ago.
Look, Watson. He was wearing a ring. He very likely removed it before the steam session. I think we have found all that we can here, taking into consideration the abysmal lighting. Constable, we have finished with the body.
We don't have many leads here.
What concerns me is that we still have to find the murder weapon.
Mr. Holmes?
Please have the body removed without disturbing anything else in the room.
All right, Mr. Holmes.
I was wondering, Holmes, it's fairly reckless to carry out a murder inside a closed chamber. Why do you suppose they did it?
There are a great many possibilities. The murderer was in a hurry, or he is an artist, or a ghost, or he wanted to ensure that I'd be brought in on the case.
Probably the latter. You are ridiculous. Do you know that?
Muszę się napić. Dobra, no, przeszukam. Może zapytam w środku.
It's horrible. I can't talk at the moment.
I'm in shock. I don't want to talk. It's horrible. So Rodney...
The brazier is still burning. The heat here is extreme. It is too hot. I cannot reach into it. I will need something to pick up this melted metal.
Wymaganie przewodnik.
One lens is cracked, probably due to the temperature of the brazier. These lenses are for myopia. The wearer is short-sighted.
Potrzebuję jakieś małe, ale gdzie to jest?
With the steam on, I'm unable to see even a few feet away.
Jejku, jak to się mówi?
With the steam on, I'm unable to see even a few feet away.
Chyba nie znajdę tutaj, bo nie wiem. Nie wiem, szukam też, ale nie mogę znaleźć.
Mr. Holmes?
I can't understand what happened. Am I...
If you have to interrogate me, I'd like to be dressed.
I found him. I touched his shoulder, thinking that he was just asleep.
The brazier is still burning. The heat here is extreme.
Czekaj. Dobra, tutaj nic nie ma. Dobra. Tutaj... Nie wiem, tutaj chyba nie. Dobra, poczekaj. Tutaj.
I should check this blood sample at Baker Street. This key was covered in blood. I should ask Phillips about it.
Nie wiem, poszukamy może gdzieś indziej. A gdzie? Gdzie kolega? A.
What should we do next, Holmes?
Chyba się pogubiłem. Ja zobaczę. Czekaj. A, tu, dobra.
How many people have keys to the steam room?
We have just the one key for now, which Sir Gregory gave to me.
So, this morning you opened the steam room, and then?
I put the key inside my desk, but when they called, I couldn't find it. It had disappeared. I don't know where it is.
Did you leave the baths at any time or receive any visitors?
No, sir, I did not.
Did you leave the baths at any time or receive any visitors?
No, sir, I did not.
Okay. A, nie udało się. Jeszcze.
Did you leave the baths at any time or receive any visitors?
No, sir, I did not.
No też nie.
Did you leave the baths at any time or receive any visitors?
No, sir, I did not.
Dobra, chyba się trochę pogubiłem. To też nie. To tylko ostatnie.
Did you leave the baths at any time or receive any visitors?
No, sir, I did not.
You are not telling the truth, Mr. Phillips. You left your work this morning, and you went to the post office, where you dispatched a telegram at around 7:30.
But how could you... No,
The telegram was for someone in Manchester.
Mr. Holmes, it's I'll tell you everything. I left the baths at 7:20. My sister wrote to me yesterday, and she needed a reply, or our mother is unwell. I was away for 20 minutes, and I closed the baths on my way out.
Did you receive a reply from your sister?
No, she wasn't meant to. I just told her to pawn my old school uniform so that she could pay for the medication.
Did you check to see if the key was still in your desk when you returned?
No, I didn't. Please, Mr. Holmes, don't tell the police about this. Sir Gregory would give me the sack. I need this job.
Oh.
I see. There is a bottle of champagne on ice in the changing room. Do you have any idea who left it there?
There is? Are you quite certain? I didn't pay any attention. Do you believe that it's important?
Mr. Holmes, I should like to take the suspects to the yard. You can interrogate them there. Any objections?
Please wait. I need to do something first.
Najpierw muszę, dobra. Ej, a ty zarabiasz jakoś inaczej niż i właściwie to nie wiem. No jeszcze trochę na Twitcie też może zarobię, ale to ja nie wiem. Tak naprawdę to nie wiem jak.
Mr. Holmes?
No ale tak naprawdę to nie, bo ja dawno nie byłem, nie i tak to. A, to było dawno temu, że jeszcze pamiętam.
A glass plate negative is missing. It is a glass plate negative of an Egyptian statue. Glass plate negatives, a remarkable method for recording ancient civilizations. Archaeological findings, old clay pots with numbers inscribed upon them.
Czekaj, zbadam, muszę badać, tutaj nie ma. Człowiek chyba ten inteligentny. Nie wiem, zobaczę jeszcze, gdzie ten... 17 tutaj. Dobra. No i następny. Dobra. Ile jeszcze? Przykrasował ładnie. 50. Dobra, za dużo tak. Dobra. Dobra. Badam jeszcze, zobaczę.
Archaeological findings, old clay pots with numbers inscribed upon them.
To mogę poświetlić.
A shape has been cut in the plate. What should be done with it?
Dobra, badam jeszcze tutaj.
Tools used by archaeologists in their research.
O.
I will need these tongs.
A, to już wiem. To chyba tamta. Dobra, to ja wiem. Dobra, chyba szybko badałem, bo więcej nie.
My God, are you all right? I wonder how this could have happened.
Yes, it is somewhat treacherous. Fortunately, I am unscathed. To where does this corridor lead?
To the frigidarium, the coal room.
Barely unscathed and by a very small margin. And treacherous is an understatement.
LiIVE już prawie godzinę trwa. A jak będę trochę jak będzie bardzo męczony, to lepiej skończę. Nie wiem, do której zobaczę.
Those stones weigh tons. We won't move them.
It does not matter. If our investigation requires it, we shall ask for them to be removed.
I'm always wondering what's on your mind, Holmes.
All these events are bad for the baths. And my job.
Tu to był. Tu.
I should analyze this melted metal.
I don't want to stay here.
I feel ill. I want to go.
Or do we have to stay here? Can't we go?
A tutaj to nie wiem. Nie mogę badać tutaj, ale zobaczę.
G. Newell and Sons, Steam Specialists, Seattle, WA.
Dobra.
With the steam on, I'm unable to see even a few feet away.
Dobra, nie mogę znaleźć. No, chyba nie mogę znaleźć. Chyba nic więcej nie. Dobra, trudno. Dobra, nie wiem. Szukałem, ale nie mogę znaleźć. Dobra, trudno. Może później poszukam. Dobra. Pójdę i zobaczę.
Mr. Holmes, I should like to take the suspects to the yard. You can interrogate them there. Any objections?
Dobra.
None, Lestrade.
Dobra. Zobaczymy tutaj. Fajnie.
Mr. Holmes?
What should we do next, Holmes?
Good day to you, Mr. Holmes.
Please escort this suspect for interrogation.
O, zobaczymy jakie tam.
Good day to you, sir. My name is Sherlock Holmes, and I am assisting the police with their investigation of the murder of Sir Rodney Bentcliffe. Would you mind if I asked you a few questions?
Not at all, Mr. Holmes. My name is Percival Blinkhorn.
What is your occupation?
I'm an archaeologist, specializing in the Roman period. I'm working on several excavation sites at present, including the baths at Strand Lane.
Can you tell me more about the baths?
Well, we're hoping to retrieve a great many interesting artifacts from the site, and to list any items of value before their eventual restoration and exhibition.
Będę.
And has it been successful?
Piszcie, to samo.
It has.
Okej, jak wolisz. Jeszcze, przepraszam, jeden kolega też tam może robić. Bo to jest gra dla jednej osoby, nie wiem co powiedzieć. Dobra, czy jeszcze no, bo to jest tylko dla jednej osoby. Nie ma więcej.
What was your relationship with Sir Rodney?
Well, I couldn't say that he was a kind man, no. But he was talented. I felt a great admiration for him, I must say.
Was it your first collaboration?
I had met Sir Rodney briefly once in Egypt, and I'd shared my researches with him. Surprisingly, my work did convince him to come here. He arrived only a couple of months ago.
Surprisingly?
Well, Sir Rodney was a cold man, and so very secretive too. But I learned so much from him. I can't believe that he's dead.
Can you tell me what you saw today?
Well, we entered the steam room and we all went to sit down. The steam was particularly dense, and I didn't see anything much further after that. I just heard Mr. Garrow shouting, but we all ran for the door and bumped into each other. I was very alarmed by this point.
What did you do?
Well, the door was stuck, and with all the steam, it was quite frightening. I was barely able to see my own feet. Garrow was covered in blood.
Do you believe that Garrow killed Sir Rodney?
Oh, no. Garrow couldn't harm a fly.
Can you recall any recent event that would occur to you now as being a little strange?
Well, yesterday we had a small argument.
Is that all?
No. Sir Rodney informed me that he was to attend the London Archaeological Congress with me. Then he advised me of quite the opposite. and rather aggressively, too.
Did you place the bottle of champagne in the changing room?
No, I did not.
Ja, dobry. Dobra, następny zobaczę. Chyba się... podejrzane.
Please escort this suspect for interrogation. Good day to you, Sir Gregory. My name is Sherlock Holmes. I'm assisting the police with their investigation of the murder that took place this morning. Would you mind answering a few questions?
Tell me, Mr. Holmes, will I need to stay here for very much longer?
You are the manager of the baths, is that correct?
O,
Yes. I'm passionate about archaeology. I wanted to restore the ruins. My ambition is to open the baths to the public. Living archaeology can be a profitable business, although now I'm not so sure.
I see. When do you wish to begin using the baths?
When the archaeological researches are over, I will be free to complete the restoration. It is the usual process.
o,
What was your relationship with Sir Rodney Bentcliffe?
You were not particularly close. He had an unpleasant temperament, suspicious, authoritarian, unkind. People possessed by genius may be forgiven for their nature, but not by me.
Was he obstructive?
Not at all. Everything he did led us to greater success. He helped us increase the potential of the building.
Please tell me what happened this morning.
The test that we performed this morning was a success. The steam was working well. But then, of course, that awful murder.
What did you see?
The steam was too thick to see anything. But ask Garrow. He saw the body first.
Had Sir Rodney exhibited any recent strange behavior?
Look, I'm not a suspicious fellow, but I think that he had professional interests elsewhere that he did not wish us to know about.
Why should you think that? Where?
I have no idea. But after all, it was not my business.
Did you bring a bottle of champagne to the baths?
Absolutely not. Sir Rodney did, I think.
Podejrzane. Dobra. No to jakiś bogacz.
Please escort this suspect for interrogation. A good day to you. My name is Sherlock Holmes. I'm assisting the police with their investigation of the murder of Sir Rodney Bentcliffe. Would you mind if I asked you a few questions?
I am Tristram Garrow.
What is your occupation?
I am a councillor at the district chamber.
And what were you doing at the baths?
Well, I follow the researches. I am interested in archaeology.
You follow them?
Yes. So many things happened and we need to know. Or perhaps it's better hidden.
I beg your pardon, Mr. Garrow.
I meant nothing by that. I apologise.
What was it like to work with Sir Rodney?
It was like working with a genius. He was a hard man, but then you know this world is hard. There are always people who want to steal from you. And he trusted me, but oh.
Are you feeling unwell?
Oh, I'm sorry. It is I remember. Oh, I feel so sorry.
Do you need anything?
I feel bad. I hear. No, nothing. I'm better now.
Co mu się stało?
Please
Dziwne.
try to recall what you saw today.
The room was so hot. I had to remove my glasses. I was not feeling so very well in there.
But you found the body.
I saw the knife, you know, flying through the air. I saw the blood. I tried to escape. I don't remember.
You saw the knife. What did it look like?
Everything was as if in a nightmare. It all happened so fast. The knife was shining like gold.
Dobra, to że zwierzę na profilu. A, zwierzę? To chyba nie zwierzę, chyba jakaś maska. To raczej nie zwierzę, to maska. No, tak maska na jednym okiem.
Had Sir Rodney exhibited any recent strange behavior?
Well, he had been rather secretive these past few days. Last Thursday, for example, I saw him leave. When he returned, it was very late. He showed me some wet coins, Roman coins, and he started to laugh.
Did you place the bottle of champagne in the changing room?
What? No.
Dobra, zobaczę tutaj. Dziwnie się zachowuje.
Garrow appears to be rather mentally disturbed. Either that, or he is a good actor.
Dobra. A kiedy pokaż? Nie wiem, zobaczę w przyszłości, nie wiem. Może jak będę miał dużo subów, może 10 000, może więcej, nie wiem, zobaczę. Zobaczę jak to będzie wyglądało, bo ja...
I'm trying to rest.
I'm not sure that I can be helpful.
Do you have something else to ask me?
Good day to you, Mr. Holmes.
Locked.
Zamknięty.
Mr. Holmes, the coroner asked not to be disturbed.
A, dobra. Zobaczę, może rzeczy jakieś.
When Garrow found Sir Rodney dead, he wiped the blood upon himself. A phial with herbs. Do you know what it is, my dear fellow?
It's the St. John's wort flower, Holmes. It's commonly used as a drug against melancholia. However, an overdosage might lead to a rash or even hallucinations.
No nie wiem, kiedy pokażę, bo ja tak... Nie wiem, trudno powiedzieć, naprawdę nie wiem. Gdyby pokazać twarz, no... Zobaczymy jak w przyszłości wygląda, bo ja nie wiem. Co w tej chwili obecnie proszę? Nie widać. Zakończymy wysiłek, proszę
An ordinary pencil. A hand-drawn map. Rodney Bentcliffe's notebook. It may contain something of interest. That we must find a way of retrieving Sir Rodney's last lines. Watson, please prevent anyone from entering the room. But first, fetch me a pencil. To begin with, a few strokes of the pencil will be enough. I don't want to damage the traces.
Ojejku, długo to trwa. Ciężko jest. Dobra, jeszcze mi się... Palce mi bolą.
Mr. Holmes, the coroner... But what are you doing? Tampering with the evidence?
I prefer to make them talk. Today, I almost found it. This date will go down in history. Sir Rodney was about to make an outstanding discovery.
Wonderful.
I could retrieve only the final words. The rest of it is lost. Perhaps the autopsy will assist us in that matter.
I'm not sure that I can allow you to inspect the body now.
I am sure that you
Czekaj, masz jakieś zwierzę? Nie, nie mam.
must, Constable.
Well...
This ring was most likely the one that Sir Rodney wore. He removed it before entering the steam room. An Egyptian symbol. It is a very old jewel. An Egyptian symbol. It is a very old jewel. I see the join. This ring was repaired, and quite badly too, with silver.
Why on earth would they wear such a ring?
A very pertinent question.
O, jest jakaś moneta.
An old and rather dirty coin. An embroidered silk handkerchief. A fountain pen with solid gold trim.
Muszę zobaczyć tutaj. A,
Sir Gregory Pitkin's visiting card.
I'm always wondering what's on your mind, Holmes.
nie wiem, może zapytam się jeszcze raz.
Please escort this suspect for interrogation. Do you recognize this ring?
Certainly. It's the famous Aswan ring. Sir Rodney brought it back from his last campaign in Egypt.
And he kept it for himself?
Sir Rodney has had his own particular ideas of archaeology.
What can you tell me about Garrow?
Well, he always looks so sad.
Dziwnie się.
He has been acting strangely lately.
Oh.
He complains about voices and visions. I will keep an eye on him because I'm worried.
How well were your researchers progressing before Sir Rodney's arrival?
Rather well.
A, nie udało się.
How well were your researches progressing before Sir Rodney's arrival?
Rather well.
How well were your researches progressing before Sir Rodney's arrival?
Rather well.
No nie uda się.
How well were your researches progressing before Sir Rodney's arrival?
Rather well.
Czekaj, tej. Może to. O.
This letter reveals that Sir Gregory was prepared to put a stop to your work.
Yes. But since Sir Rodney's arrival, he had calmed down. He allowed us to work. I'm not sure what they agreed on.
What will happen now that Sir Rodney is dead?
Well, I haven't thought about that. But if it's needed, I will fight to defend Sir Rodney's expectations.
O.
Please escort this suspect for interrogation. How was the work progressing before Sir Rodney's arrival?
Rather slowly, I would say.
How was the work progressing before Sir Rodney's arrival?
Rather slowly, I would say.
Dobra, tak się spróbuj.
How was the work progressing before Sir Rodney's arrival?
Rather slowly, I would say.
Też nie. Kurczę, który to?
How was the work progressing before Sir Rodney's arrival?
Rather slowly, I would say.
Też nie. Kurczę.
How was the work progressing before Sir Rodney's arrival?
Rather slowly, I would say.
Ty też
Sir
tak samo.
Gregory, could you
Widzimy.
please explain this letter? You expressed the wish to call off the research work at the baths.
It was all about Blinkhorn. He was merrily digging away and taking very little care about it, ruining everything and finding nothing of any value.
But the arrival of Sir Rodney changed your mind?
Sir Rodney's work was extremely promising, and it was good for the bath's publicity. So yes, I changed my mind.
O.
Are you aware that Mr. Garrow is under a form of medication?
Garrow? No, but I never liked that parasite.
Do you believe him to be capable of murder?
Well, he did have blood on him. Does that make him a murderer?
Please escort this suspect for interrogation.
O. Czekaj, tutaj. A, dobra.
His ring! Oh, it should be destroyed.
Why do you say that?
It is a cursed ring, digging dark secrets.
Really?
It is after me now. I know it. I shouldn't have worked on it in the workshop. It's too late now. This is the coin that he showed me. It is from the 3rd century.
It must be very rare.
No, I don't know. Thank you. Thank you. This will help me to calm down.
Do be careful with the dosage.
I will.
I mean it.
I'm not sure that I can be...
Do you have something else to ask me?
Dobra, zobaczymy.
Locked.
An unusual wound, inflicted by a curved knife, which resulted in instant death, as the coroner's report says.
O.
According to the coroner, there were no cardiac problems nor lung congestion, but there were traces of fungus, possibly contracted from the Egyptian tombs. The coroner observed no stomach nor liver disease, if we're to accept that Sir Rodney was an occasional drinker and 63 years of age.
Some light bruising, caused by a rope. The bruising is in lines. They were caused by a rope around the waist. Sir Rodney was descending somewhere.
Jeśli przebadam, może coś znajdę.
We don't have many leads here.
Gdzieś badana, tak, dobra. Może tu.
Locked.
I'm trying to rest.
I'm not sure that I...
Do you have something else to add?
Dobra, chyba szybko. Dobra, może uda się jakoś badać chyba też. Gdzieś? Dobra. Czekaj, może gdzieś... Chemia to chyba nie bardzo. Chyba nie bardzo. O, to sztuka.
That is not the one I need. 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 That is not. That is not the one I need. That is not the one I need. That is. That is not. That is not. That is not the. That is not the one. That is not. That is. That is. That is not the one I. That is. That is. That is. That is.
Nie wiem, chyba szybko.
That is. That is. That is. That. That is not. That is. That is not. That is not. That is not the one I need.
Nie ma. Dobra, poddaję się.
By the eye he was punished, for he saw that he was not worthy. Dreadful.
Ta gra jest długa. To jest trzecia live tej gry. Nie, jeszcze jedna. Zapomniałem już rzucić film. Zapomniałem. A czekaj. Raz, dwa, trzy. A nie wiem. Nie pamiętam. Musiałbym sprawdzić. Dobra, jeszcze mi się, dobra. No tutaj nie ma. Muszę zobaczyć, czy znajdę jakieś badanie. O matko.
Pyrite, otherwise known as fool's gold. White clay particles. Selenite. Interesting. According to the color and its composition, I deduce that this sample is white clay. Now, I need to find which area near London this sample belongs to. The sample of dirt belongs to the White London clay region, located near the city of St. Albans. Let us analyze this blood sample. This blood has not coagulated well. It seems very liquid. That is strange. Let us see what is inside it. Hydrogen peroxide will bring any foreign matter to the surface. I must take a pipette and place several drops of hydrogen peroxide. I must take a pipette and place several drops of hydrogen peroxide. Water. This blood is heavily diluted with water.
Ojejku.
This is a piece of metal taken from a brazier. It appears to be silver, but I need to be sure. If it is silver, it will be possible to melt it, since silver's melting point is at around 900 degrees Celsius. Let us compare this sample with a silver penny by testing it with acid. If it changes color to match the result of a reaction with a silver coin, then it is silver. Let us compare this sample with a silver penny by testing it with acid. The reaction is the same red stain. It is silver, Britannia silver quality. My analysis table. It is useful.
Dobra. Czekaj, muszę pomyśleć.
What should we do next, Holmes?
Now we have two maps. We must combine them properly.
Czekaj, który to... Nie wiem, gdzie to jest. Dobra, nie chcę mi się.
Watson, pack your bag. We are visiting a location in St. Albans marked on Sir Rodney's map.
Czekaj, masz Instagram albo coś innego? Nie, nie mam. Nie, nie mam, niestety nie mam.
This archaeological site has been abandoned. Why did Bentcliffe come here?
Have you found something interesting?
Kiedyś założysz? No nie wiem. Nie wiem, zobaczymy jak pójdzie szybko dobrze, to może założę, ale nie wiem,
This
zobaczę.
is the map of the site. We are at the heart of an old Roman city.
Co będzie? Dobra, jestem się. O, mamma mia. Trochę historyczne. Dobra. Dobra. Ojej, ile tych książek. Dobra, chyba wszystko.
The door has been left open. Someone did not care or was in haste.
Tutaj nie ma. A dobra, może najpierw na dole zobaczę.
Vulcan, the god of fire and metalworking. The Cyclops, a one-eyed creature helping Vulcan at the forge.
Zobacz, to jest... A, gdzie ma ten... Gdzie ma kwetos. Kwetos chyba. Kwetos. Dobra, straciłem. No po opisie będziesz musiał się nauczyć. Ale czego? Nie wiem, trudno, nie wiem. Po prostu coś muszę nauczyć, ale mam trochę problemy i takie tam. No, ciężko będzie. No to ja nie wiem, naprawdę. Jak to wytłumaczyć? No nie wiem, jak to wytłumaczyć. Zobaczcie, jeszcze tutaj nie ma.
It is a statue of Minerva.
Czekaj, muszę też poszukać. Dobra, już. Czekaj, muszę zobaczyć, nie ma. Dobra, okej. Czy widziałeś kiedyś choroby? Nie, chyba nie. Dobra, okej.
This is a reproduction of an ancient Greek crossbow. The gastrofets were used with ropes and hooks for sieges.
Dobra, to jest długie. Dobra, to jest długie. Dużo tam historyczne. No nie wiem. Dobra, zobaczymy.
This is a reproduction of an ancient Greek crossbow.
Potrzebny jakiś przedmiot, ale nie wiem. Dobra, który to masz? Nie, tutaj nie ma. Nie ma tutaj chyba. Dobra, trudno, nie ma tutaj chyba.
This is the map of the sea. The gastrofets were used with ropes and hooks for sieges.
Tutaj? Nie, tutaj nie ma.
It is a broken statue of a bull. Neptune, the god of the sea.
Tutaj? Nie ma. Coś przegapiłem. Coś było przed chwilą, ale przegapiłem się.
Construction hooks. Construction hooks.
Nic tu nie ma. Chyba tutaj może? Nie, tutaj nie ma.
I don't need the ropes for now. Excavating tools, a bucket, shovel, and brush. I don't need the ropes for now.
Czekaj, do którego to jest? Zobaczę. Do tego? Nie, to nie. Nie, to nie. Nie, to też nie, ale zobaczę.
Construction hooks.
Dobra, nie ma tutaj. Zobaczę. Nie, tutaj. Długo tu znaleźć. Nie wiem, czy coś znajdę tutaj. Nie ma. To się pogubiłem. Dobra, czekaj, tutaj nie ma. Czekaj, to już chyba byłem. Ale zobaczę, czy tu coś trzeba. Nie, chyba nie ma tutaj.
This wall was covered with mud recently. What could be hidden here?
A, dobra, to jest to. Jejku, jeszcze długo. No, dawaj. Dobra.
Frigidarium. It is located at the Roman baths in London. Someone took the time to hide the fresco, but what for? I need to visit this place.
Dobra, chyba szybko, bo więcej nie wiem, gdzie szukać. A, to już było, dobra. Chyba szybko, bo więcej nie mogę gdzie znaleźć. Tutaj, a, było. Dobra, to już zapomniałem.
What should we do next, Holmes?
Nie wiem, może to zobaczę. Czekaj. A, dobra. Teraz pójdę, tylko zobaczyć. Coś tam badać jeszcze tych.
On the sofa for the third time today. Well, don't be surprised if Watson... There are 12 pieces here. Let's try to gather them. I will count this piece as a starting point. I will count this piece as a starting point.
Przepraszam, jak ci wakacja mija? Dla mnie to nuda. No, to trudno to jest. Nie dam rady.
It is a mold, and it is ready for casting. The mold is prepared for casting. We just need to fill it with certain material. Sir Rodney has made a reconstruction of the mythical golden knife. He seemed unafraid of maledictions, and yet... Half a glass of water should be enough to create a plaster solution. Now let us see what we have here.
This knife is very similar to that described by the coroner as the weapon that killed Sir Rodney.
You should not leap to any hasty conclusions, Watson.
To jeszcze. Dobra, okej. To jeszcze?
Let us try to create an object from silver by using the mold. Let us put the silver piece inside the saucepan. It will take a minute to melt the silver with my gas burner.
Dobra, okej, trzymaj się.
Done. Now I can proceed further. The mold is hot. I should wait for it to cool down. Done. Now I can proceed further.
Dobra.
A homemade silver knife. Excellent. We have created a knife with the silver that we found. It could have been used to kill Sir Rodney.
It was extremely clever to create a weapon that could dissolve at the scene of the crime.
Jak mówiłem, będę do końca. Ciekawe czy wytrzymać, jak idzie spać. Czekaj. Zobaczę, jeszcze tutaj. Psa tak, nie? Dobra, tutaj chyba nic nie ma. Dobra, chyba szybko. To ja pójdę. Dobra, co dalej będę zapomniał. Poczekaj, zobaczę, może pogadam nimi. Ja zasypiałem dopiero o pierwszej. A tu, no ja, jakie są... Aha. Zobaczymy.
Please escort this suspect for interrogation. What can you tell me about Mithras?
Oh, so much. It was the core of our work. Why do you ask?
Were you seeking the golden knife?
Ah, I see you are an amateur. Yes, the golden knife was our grail. It is said that it bears the only text explaining the ritual of the cult of Mithras.
I understand. I read something about immortality.
A myth. The knife would provide immortality only to the worthy one, and yet it is cursed, and it would kill you if you are not initiated.
Dziwna klątwa.
Did you expect to find the golden knife at the baths?
Well, Sir Rodney thought that it might be there. Did you observe the knife representations there? They are so extraordinary, and we had hoped... it is a tragedy that he has passed away, taking all of his secrets with him. As soon as I've been released, I will continue Sir Rodney's researches in his memory.
We discovered some melted silver in the brazier. Did you put it there?
No. Silver, you say? No, I don't know how it got there.
Please escort this suspect for interrogation. The paintings in the baths are focused on Mithras, I understand.
Yes, they are what make this place remarkable.
And that is why Sir Rodney came here?
He believed that the golden knife, which is an ancient ritual item, was hidden somewhere around the baths. I admit that it would be wonderful if it were true.
And you are not concerned by the reputation of this artifact?
You mean the curse? Before someone is dead, it is a blessing. After they are dead, well, then it becomes a curse. Ha!
Powstał 3 osoby. Czekaj, nie ustawię. A nie pamiętam. Czekaj, zobaczę. Czekaj, daj mi minutkę. Zobaczę. A nie. No to nie wiem kto. Dobra. Dobra.
Some melted silver was found inside the steam room brazier. Do you know where it came from?
Silver? No.
Dobra, jeszcze jedna osoba została. Zobaczę.
Please escort this suspect for interrogation. Perhaps you could explain the cult of Mithras to me.
No, there is nothing to say. We are not the worthy ones.
But Sir Rodney believed that he was.
He was wrong. I have visions. The golden knife, the mummy. Oh, it's all my fault.
Calm down, Mr. Garrow.
O. Zapomniałem.
Please escort this suspect for interrogation.
Zapomniałem, wyłączyło mnie szansę.
We discovered some melted silver in the brazier. Did you put it there?
It didn't help. The power is too strong.
I'm not sure that I can be...
Do you have something else to ask me?
Dobra, czekaj. Czekaj. Dobra. No to chyba wszystko. To teraz muszę wyjść. Ja tutaj byłem. A tu
Locked.
zamknięty. Nie ma. Tu już chyba byłem. Tutaj nie. Tak, zobaczyć. Badam, jeśli nic nie ma, to pójdę. Chyba się trochę pogubiłem. Dobra. Tutaj badać coś tam. Nie, tutaj nie ma. Badać tutaj, tutaj nie ma.
I'm always wondering what's on your mind, Holmes.
Chyba coś badać też tutaj. Chyba nie ma. Dobra. Może zobaczę ładnie. Zobaczcie, czy tutaj coś może ciekawe.
Mr. Holmes, we've cleared the corridor to the frigidarium. You can visit it now.
Thank you, Mr. Phillips.
Czekaj. Czekaj, muszę na chwilę wyjść. Poczekaj. Dobra, okej. Ja jestem prawie odpoczął. No może i tak, to prawda. Uważajcie, burza? Nie, u mnie nie ma. Gdzieś pamiętam, że gdzieś koło... To było trochę wcześniej, koło 17, może 18 była burza, ale teraz już nie ma. Bo i burza skończyła, trwało chyba kilka minut, nie wiem, może 10 minut, nie wiem. Więc u mnie nie ma.
Perhaps I could find some clues by activating the flagstones.
Coś jest.
A hidden symbol.
Czekaj, muszę ustawić kolumny. Nie wiem, czy to wszystko, bo nie wiem. A, jeszcze nie.
A hidden sign.
To jest jakiś... Nie, tutaj nie ma przycisk. Grałem GRZE dawno temu chyba grałem. Nie pamiętam kiedy grałem. Chyba kilka lat temu, chyba, bo nie pamiętam. Chyba, może 2 lata temu, może 3, nie pamiętam. Teraz już nie gram.
a symbol. Now I have all the clues to help me find where these symbols are leading. All I need is imagination.
Dobra, nie jestem się. A, to jest to.
The signs are pointing to this bust.
Nie, fajnie, fajnie, ale bez. No, dzięki, dzięki. Gdzie to jest? Kurczę. Dobra, zobaczymy. 6 środków.
What is this place?
I am unsure, Watson, but everything points to the fact that it was the last place visited by Sir Rodney Bentcliffe. We are approaching the end of this mystery. A sack of crude salt. A sack of crude salt. A broken glass plate. What is it doing here? I should examine it at Baker Street.
Czekaj, Baker Street. A, dobra, dobra.
How very peculiar. An ice maker.
Why would Sir Rodney have brought such a device here?
Dobra, dobra, jeszcze zbadam, zobaczę. No nie ma. Dobra, nie ma tutaj.
Mithras, the god, clothed in Anatolian costume and wearing a Phrygian cap, killing the bull. This fresco resembles either a ladder or a hierarchy.
Okay. Dobra, to jest dobra, okej. Zobaczymy dalej.
The pillar collapsed a long time ago. Mummified bodies were in some type of catacomb. Mummified bodies were in some type. This shoe is not from the Roman era. It is medieval at best. This man was a tomb raider who met with an unfortunate end.
How dreadful. Judging by the broken orbit, this poor fellow met a death similar to Sir Rodney's. By the eye he was punished, for he saw that he was not worthy. Dreadful.
Okropne. Też.
The fire casts a shadow upon the floor.
Ciema ludek. I ciema memy dobre żarty. I to które live? Oj, nie wiem. Czekaj, może będę trochę rano i wieczorem. Trochę rano, nie wiem, które może od 8, może 9, nie wiem. Zobaczę, a południe to raczej nie będę, po południu chyba też nie będę. Może wieczorem będę koło 19, może 20, nie wiem, zobaczę. Pumadek, witam i aż dowie pytam. No witam. Czekaj, tutaj nie ma.
This shadow seems to represent a bridge. It is very similar to the face of Mithras.
Dobra, też jeszcze? Bo nie wiem. Czekaj, łuk. Czekaj, brakuje czegoś, nie wiem, zobaczę. A, przedmiot, dobra, żeby.
It resembles a bull.
Przemami tylko. Dobra, okej. I zapalić i zobaczymy.
That is the symbol of Neptune, the god of the sea. The shadows show us the way to go. We will find Mithras after Neptune, the bull, and the bridge.
Czekaj, jeszcze około 2 chociaż i 2000. A już wcześniej miałem 2000, ale nie wiem czemu się zmniejszyła. Może przed te youtuberzy coś tam narabiali. Dobra, chyba szybko badana. Mam nadzieję. Czekaj, tu. A, dobra, tylko sprawdzę się szybko. Dobra, szybko. No to dalej.
Mummified bodies. We're in some type of catacomb. Mummified bodies. We're in some type of catacomb. We cannot go any further. Mummified bodies. We're mummified bodies. We're in some type of... A shovel, not from the Roman era.
Dobra, chyba szybko, bo więcej nie wiem. Jeszcze. No jeszcze pozbadam sobie trochę. No nie wiem, chyba szybko, bo nie wiem. Liter fajny laka. Dzięki. Dzięki kwetos. Dobra. Myślę, że chyba szybko, bo tutaj chyba więcej nie ma. Dobra, tu mogę dojść. Dobra, zobaczymy. No chyba szybko, bo nie wiem. To jest zauważyłem. A nie wiem, dobra. Dobra, chyba szybko. Czekaj, który ty? Nie pamiętam. A tu, dobra. No to wyjdę, bo i tak. Mam tutaj zobaczyć, coś przegapiłem, coś. Nie, chyba tutaj nic nie ma, dobra.
This area serves as Sir Rodney Bentcliffe.
Czy teraz robicie jako ja? Nie macie. Czy ja robię? No nie wiem.
Mr. Holmes?
These baths are becoming sinister.
No cały czas gramy. No to wszystko. Dobra, chyba wszystko, panie. Więcej nie wiem. No to wracam i... Tak, pamiętam... to nie to. Dobra, to ja pójdę tam. Bo tam chyba coś tam badać. No. O, tutaj, dobra, mam. Czekaj, który... Dobra, okej, mam.
Done. Watson, could you please use this negative and your photographic equipment to process the photograph? Thank you, Watson. Now I must use reagents to develop the photograph.
Dobra, dobra, tam, tylko minutkę. Dobra, jestem.
So that's it. Salt and crushed ice may help to create ice cream.
Siema, Lordek. Dobra, chyba już... A, jeszcze to.
If I wish to shape the ice knife, then I need to pour water inside the mold.
Muszę wlać wodę do...
Ice, salt, and then the mixing. It should be elementary. We need to reach minus 20 degrees Celsius to fully freeze the water inside the mold. Before beginning, I must remember that I have enough ice and salt for no more than 4 attempts. An ice knife. A surprising and yet a very brilliant idea.
It's the perfect weapon. It enables one to kill a man and then it melts. The only trace it leaves is a small puddle on the ground.
To chyba wiem. Ciekawe. Dobra, zobaczymy. Jeszcze tylko popatrzeć. Dobra, to pogadam. Zobaczę, może więź, a jak nie, to poszukam gdzieś indziej.
I'm not sure that I can be helpful at the moment.
Do you have something else to ask me?
I'm trying to rest.
Nie, to chyba nie to.
Locked.
Dobra, czekaj, jakie to... A! Dobra, czekaj. Czekaj, ale... Umie? No, wszystko dobre. To ten wąsami? Raczej wąsami. Przecież on pisze, ale dobra. Czekaj. Gdzie jest gry? Wszystko piliśmy. Czekaj, które masz? Ten czy tamten? Nie wiem, teraz zobaczę. Tutaj nie, dobra. Może tu? Nie, tutaj nie. Tutaj nie. Tutaj nie. Nie, tutaj było. Czekaj, chyba się pogubiłem.
We should use these metal rings to help us reach the bridge pillar. There might be something behind these leaves. I have to find a way of getting there.
Wymagane przed, no ojej. Dobra. Czekaj, może pójdę do domku.
I should use the appropriate object here.
Co?
I should use the appropriate object here.
To nie to.
I should use the appropriate object
Kurczę,
here.
to też nie to. Dobra, nie wiem. A, doł, kurczę. To nie to, to. To jest to nie to. Nie ma. Może jakiś przedmiot poszukam. Nie wiem, czy gdzieś znajdę. O. Dobra, to powinno być ok. O, udało się. Dobra. Muszę dokładnie celować. Ojejku, ciężko. Aj. No, nie mogę, ciężko strzelować. Dobra, nie mogę strzelać. Padłem. Dobra, nie dam rady, to jest za trudno.
Are we inside the hidden temple of Mithras, Holmes?
I am not sure. We had better be careful.
A, dobra, to już nie. No dobra, dobranoc, trzymaj się, mamy.
I saw this symbol in the tunnels underneath the Frigidarium.
Which way should we go, Holmes?
There ought to be some clues here. Let's take a look around. I saw this symbol in the tunnels underneath the Frigidarium. I saw this symbol in the tunnels underneath the Frigidarium. I saw this symbol in the tunnels underneath the Frigidarium. I saw this symbol in the tunnels underneath the Frigidarium.
Ojejku, który to jest?
I saw this symbol in the tunnels underneath the Frigidarium.
Which way should we go, Holmes?
Może ten? Chyba nie ten. Dobra, trudno. 10. Może ten. No, dobra, czy którą stronę? Dobra. Dobra, ten. To nie ten, kurczę. Dobra, to pamiętam ten klucz, to czekaj, który... Może ten. Teraz który symbol, nie wiem, może ten? Nie, tutaj nie, kurczę. Czekaj, to pamiętam, że tutaj był. To chyba tu. Ojejku, ile tych labiryntów. Tutaj. No nie wiem, chyba się... Tu nie? Ojejku, wtedy to... A tutaj chyba nie było. Dobra, zobaczę. Jejku. Nie, to już było. Której strony? Czekaj. Tu byłem? Może tutaj? To chyba tutaj.
Look, it's the golden knife. But how to get it? This lamp is not old. The oil is still fresh. Perhaps Sir Rodney passed by here.
No, I do not think so. Remember, he went no further than the catacombs underneath the frigid area. The murderer left this lamp. Watson, I need your help.
Ojejku. Może to nie ten. O, to chyba ten. To? O kurde. A, pomyliłem osobę. Nie tak widzę. Czekaj, muszę się skupić. A drugi to jest. A, dobra.
Golden knife of Mithras. A long lost
Myślę, że
relic has
będzie w twoim
resurfaced.
domu lepiej.
Watson,
No
it's
zobaczę.
time to conclude this
Bo wiesz, że jak ona widać, to ja nie wiem. Lepiej tego nie słyszę.
Excellent. Now, we should find another way of getting out of here.
To nie to. Czekaj. Czekaj, może tutaj. Czekaj, muszę pomyśleć. Czekaj, muszę... Czekaj, muszę pomyśleć, które masz, czy ten? Nie, to nie ten. Nie, to nie to, kurczę. Czekaj, skoro tu jest jeden. Chyba się pogubiłem. Czekaj, nie ma inne wyjście? Chyba nie ma. Czekaj, muszę pomyśleć, co to zrobić. Nie, to nie to. No, okej, trzymaj się. Trzymaj się, kweto. Nie, to nie to, kurczę.
This mechanism seems inactive. Most likely the door it controls has already been opened.
No, chyba się udało. No, nareszcie. To było ciężko. Dobra, chyba się pogubiłem. A ty jesteś niewmęczony. Tylko troszeczkę. Tylko troszeczkę zmęczony.
Mr. Garrow, allow me to introduce you to Dr. Watson.
Mr. Garrow, please do not be alarmed. We only wish to help you. You were under an intolerable stress, but it's over now.
What?
I can attest that your medication affected your judgment. You will not recall, but it caused you to temporarily lose control.
Did I? Are you saying I killed Sir Rodney?
I am afraid so. For as my doctor will persist in reminding me every single day, drugs can be harmful. You developed a malevolent obsession with Sir Rodney. You believed him to be unworthy, sacrilegious.
Oh, do not distress yourself. Prison is clearly not a suitable environment for you.
What is my environment then?
You're suffering from an acute form of melancholia, but you can and will be cured. All you need is rest and detoxification. I will take care of every detail.
Dobra. Ojejku, ale skończyłem. Czekaj.
The game is afoot, not a word. Into your clothes and come. I'll wait for you in the sitting room. I've
Dalej
just
jest.
received a note from Inspector
Czekaj, dalej ten live.
Lestrade. A letter from the suburbs. He is in need of my presence. Whenever he has asked for my assistance, it has always turned out to be entirely justified. I fancy that every one of his cases has found its way into your collection.
Yes, they all seem worthy of...
However, I regret your fatal habit of looking at everything from the point of view of a story instead of a scientific exercise.
Oh, Holmes, you...
I beg your pardon, I digress. It would be much better to examine this letter than to try to convince you.
Dobra, okej.
I can tell from Lestrade's handwriting that he was in a hurry when he wrote this letter. The Brackenstall family coat of arms.
Dobra. Przepraszam minutkę, chwilkę. Dobra, już.
So, what is it, Holmes?
Promising, as always, it appears to be a case of murder.
So you believe that Sir Eustace is dead?
I should say so. Lestrade wouldn't have sent for me for nevertheless. His writing shows considerable agitation, and he is not an emotional man. These people belong to high society. The quality of the writing paper, the EB monogram, their coat of arms. The crime was committed before midnight.
Holmes, how can you possibly tell?
Well, it is all thanks to Lestrade. He wrote his letter at 3:30 in the morning. Imagine the chain of events before that. The local police had to be called in. Scotland Yard was notified. Lestrade himself had to make haste there, and finally compose the letter he sent to me. All of that makes for a fair night's work.
It makes sense. Lestrade also speaks of the woman he released.
That seems to indicate that she had been held somewhere during the crime. Much time has been wasted. Let us find a cab and go to Abbey Grange immediately. I live in hope of an interesting morning.
Tam podejrzany. Dobra. Badajmy. Dobra, zobaczymy. A ty sam mieszkasz? Nie, mieszkam z rodzicami. Jeszcze nie śpią, ale chyba niedługo śpią. Chyba. Nie wiem, zobaczymy. Na razie nie śpią. Moi rodzice nie śpią. No to nie wiem. Chyba oglądają, chyba oglądają telewizję. Jakiś film albo coś w tym tylu.
Ah, Mr. Holmes and Dr. Watson, here you are. I'm very glad that you have come, but perhaps I should not have troubled you after all.
And why is that?
Lady Brackenstall has come to her senses, and she has given so clear an account of the affair that there is not much left for us to do. You remember that Lewisham gang of burglars?
What, the three Randalls?
Exactly. The father and two sons. It's their work. They stole a silver service, which is of great value.
Sir Eustace Brackenstall is dead, then?
Yes. His head was knocked in with his own poker.
A violent act of aggression.
Yes, the poor lady. She has had a most dreadful experience. She was assaulted and tied to a chair. But I think that you would best see her and hear her account of the facts. She's in the morning room with her maid, Teresa Wright.
Where is the body of the deceased?
In the dining room. We haven't touched anything.
All right. I'm going to examine it.
Very good, Watson.
Zobaczymy.
Lord Ramsay Brackenstall.
Lady Brackenstall.
Lord Brigham. Sir Warthen Brackenstall.
Dobra, badam, dobra.
Ladies, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Sherlock Holmes. I'm assisting Inspector Lestrade in this investigation.
Mr. Holmes, I am the wife of Sir Eustace Brackenstall. We were married only a year ago.
I am sorry for your loss. Please accept my deepest condolences.
I suppose that it is no use my attempting to conceal that our marriage has not been a happy one. I fear that all would tell you that, even if I were to attempt...
Ty chyba będziesz do pierwszego? Nie wiem, zobaczę. Oczywiście trochę śpiąty może pół godziny posiedzę, albo nie wiem, której. Zobaczę. Czekaj, która godzina, bo nie patrzyłem. Nie wiem, może do północy posiedzę, bo ja chyba nie mam sił.
Can you describe to me the events of yesterday evening?
Is it really necessary? I have already told Inspector Lestrade all that happened.
Yes, madam, it is.
I will tell you then. Sir Eustace retired about 10:30. I sat in this room until after 11, absorbed in a book. Before I went upstairs, I entered the dining room to fetch a candle and... oh God.
Please, go on.
As I approached the French window, I found myself face to face with an elderly, broad-shouldered man who had just stepped into the room. Close behind the first man, I saw two others. One of them struck me a savage blow with his fist and felled me unconscious to the ground.
And then?
When I came to myself, I found that they had secured me tightly to a dining room chair. It was at that instant my unfortunate husband entered the room.
He fought with the intruders?
Yes, I think he had heard them, for he was holding his stick. But they were three, and he eventually succumbed. One of them, the elder one, struck him a terrible blow with the poker. I fainted once more. When I opened my eyes, they had withdrawn. Then my brave Teresa came to my assistance.
Did these three villains steal anything?
Yes, I found that they had taken the silver from the sideboard, but you can see for yourself in the dining room.
Czekaj, który to... A.
You mentioned that your marriage was not a happy one. Was there anything specific that was troubling you?
He was not a nice man when he was drunk, and he suffered from dark moods, but nothing else.
The bruises on your hands are at least 1 week old. Your husband caused those bruises?
Oh, do you? Yes, he did. He was very angry at the time. Out of control. Again. Sir Eustace was a drunkard. To be tied to such a man for life is worse than death.
Your ladyship? Teresa, I would like to hear your testimony.
Certainly, sir. As I sat by my bedroom window, I saw 3 men in the moonlight down by the lodge gate. But I thought nothing of it at the time. Oh, if I'd known.
And then?
I went to bed, and it was more than an hour after that I heard my mistress scream. And down I ran, to find her tied to the chair and him on the floor with his head smashed. That's all I know.
Czy nosisz okulary? Bo ja tak. Ja już nie noszę, ale wcześniej kiedyś nosiłem.
These scratches are most definitely made by the picture frame. This is Sir Eustace's safe. There may be something important inside. I must ask Lady Brackenstall to open it.
O.
Lady Brackenstall, could you open this wall safe?
No, it is my husband's safe. I do not know the combination.
We have to open it. Your ladyship?
My mistress is very...
Oh, what a horrible thing to have happened.
Let us try to open this safe. This safe can be cracked. I only have to pay attention. The dial will vibrate when it is set to the correct number.
Okay. Nie wiem, dobra, czyli... Dobra, długie ty. Ojejku, okropnie jeszcze tego.
It is common practice to keep one's valuables in a safe behind a painting. It should not really pose a challenge for a criminal. Antique coins, possibly of value, but they're scattered without care. This photograph of Lady Brackenstall and her maid Teresa was taken at a port, but which one? So the lady and her maid came from Australia a year and a half ago on this ship. The description of the Randall gang provided by Lady Brackenstall is identical to the one in the Times article.
Oh, what a horrible thing.
Sir Eustace's doctor speaks of his violent behaviour.
Yes, Sir Eustace was an extremely violent man. A detestable human being, to be more precise. It is true that he once threw a decanter at me, and all because I dared to stand up to him in defence of my mistress. Sly devil. God forgive me that I should speak of him so now that he's dead, but a devil he was, if ever one walked the earth. We met him only 18 months ago. She'd only just arrived in London. Yes, it was her first voyage. She'd never been from home before. Wonder with his title and his money and his false London ways. If she made a mistake, she has paid for it, if ever a woman did. She doesn't have any friends here, so it was especially hard for her. My mistress is very tired. Can't you allow her to her room?
Oh, what a horrible thing to have happened.
Dobra, chyba wszystko. To tam A, 3 godziny. Aha.
You should examine the body of Sir Eustace Brackenstall.
It appears that the bell rope was cut by someone taller than me. A fur trader's cabin. So, Watson, what have you learned from examining Sir Eustace's body?
Well, I can confirm that the death was instant. Sir Eustace was facing his attacker when he received the blow to his head. There are no other apparent injuries.
The head was cracked with the force of the blow. That must be the murder weapon. Quite a large stick, a formidable weapon. Barefoot, he had therefore been in bed and did not have time to fully dress. It is covered in blood. Sir Eustace might have struck his head upon it while falling from the blow. That is one possible explanation.
Dobra, zobaczymy, czy tutaj coś tam jest.
A trapper's hut. A trapper's hut. Antique hunting weapons. Sailor's knots. That's interesting. This rope was handled by the murderers. We need a scent hound to follow their trail. I will take it with me. This is the chair that Lady Brackenstall was tied to. A decanter standing next to the open bottle. An inseparable pair indeed. Chateau Calon-Ségur. French wine, Grand Cru. This glass has some wine traces, but no visible beeswing. There is beeswing at the bottom, as if the wine had not been decanted before being poured. This glass has some wine traces, but no visible beeswing. It is rather strange that only one of these glasses has dregs of beeswing inside it, while the other two are clear.
Ktoś się jeszcze... A nie wiem kto. 2 kieliszki i... Co? Nie. A, to jest to. Dobra, zobaczę. Oprócz... A, to. Niech sobie ogląda. Ja muszę trochę pograć.
This candlestick is valuable. It is interesting that it was not also stolen. This candlestick is valuable. It is interesting that it was not also stolen. An empty silverware box. It appears that the intruders have stolen the contents. These wine bottles are expensive and mostly from France. an empty silverware box. It appears that the intruders have stolen the contents.
Nie wiem, czy jeszcze brakuje. Czekaj.
The hunting scene. A bottle of wine is missing here. The criminals did not thoroughly ransack the house. They only took a little silverware. This door leads to the upstairs bedrooms. Apparently the criminals did not venture there.
Zobaczę.
A deer hunt.
Dobra, chyba szybko, bo nie wiem. Jeszcze.
The death was instant.
Może okno, nie wiem, może tutaj. Zobaczę jeszcze tutaj, nie wiecie, coś znajdę. Tutaj nie ma. Może tutaj? No nie wiem, chyba tutaj nie ma. Jeszcze tylko w prawo, jeśli w prawej strony, jeśli nie ma. Dobra.
What do you know about Sir Eustace, Inspector? What was his reputation?
A charming man when sober, but an absolute demon when he was drunk. In such moments he was apparently capable of anything. Why, once he splashed fuel on Lady Brackenstall's dog and set it alight. Another day he threw a decanter of wine at Miss Wright's head.
The alcohol seemed to madden him.
To the point that we were forced to intervene several times
Dobra,
to
muszę
avoid
to
a
zjeść
scandal.
trochę.
Please leave my...
There are 3 glasses on the dining room table. I was wondering if...
Oh, I forgot. When I came to myself the first time, each of them had a glass in his hand. They might have been a father and his 2 sons. They talked together in whispers, and then they left.
Your ladyship?
Oh, what a horrible...
Please leave my Mary alone.
This house feels rather sinister. I can't say that I like...
Let us see how the rope was cut. The fibers at the end of the rope are smoothly cut. Let us try to find out what tool was used to cut the rope. The fibers from this cut appear to be different. If I cut the rope with a knife, it matches the original.
Jest też całą grę przez na tym live'ie? No może tak, bo nie wiem co mam robić. O.
A map of London and the surrounding area. It could be useful. A map of London and the surrounding area. It could be useful.
Someone should take Toby for a walk.
Come on, Toby. We need the best nose in the British Empire on this case. I agree with you, Toby, that Watson's shoe is preferable to Mrs. Hudson's cold. Search, Toby.
Czekaj, czyli jeszcze długo tu będę. Fajnie, to jest tu super.
The intruders entered the shed for some reason when they were making off with the silverware.
Zobaczymy gdzie wy.
The scent leads to the well. I should check it.
Nie, to już było, czekaj.
The intruder's trail is lost behind this wall. The criminals left the house through the French window. They walked to the shed, then across to the well, before fleeing by climbing over the wall. I wonder why they chose such a winding route. Brave Toby, the best nose in the British Empire. There's something glittering at the bottom there, but how can I reach it?
Zobaczymy, może szopie też.
This hook might be useful. Bags of seed. Some empty bags were recently moved. Small gardening tools. Nothing of great interest. This old suitcase sounds hollow. It must be empty. There's something glittering at the bottom there, but how can I reach it? If only I had something with which I could lift that object. If only I had something with which I could lift that object. If only I had something with which I could lift that object.
Nie wiem, gdzie można to podnieść?
This door leads to the upstairs bedrooms. Apparently the criminals did not venture there. A fur trader's cabin.
Holmes, don't look at me like that. I don't...
Oh, what a horrible...
Please leave my Mary alone.
Czekaj, gdzie można podnieść?
If only I had something with which I could lift that object.
No nie wiem gdzie, kurczę.
Brave Toby, the best nose in the British Empire.
Dobra, nie wiem gdzie to jest. Może zobaczymy.
Have you found something interesting?
No nie ma tutaj. No właśnie tu. Nie wiem gdzie to szukasz. No nie mogę znaleźć, gdzie by podnieść. Dobra.
A hunter scene.
Dobra, chyba jeszcze nie mogę. Będę musiał poszukać tego informacji, bo nie mogę znaleźć.
If only I had something with which I could lift that object. If only I had something with which I could lift that object.
Dobra, chyba i dzisiaj skończę, dziś nie mam siły. Dobra, to na dzisiaj chyba już kończę, bo już nie mam siły dalej siedzieć. Dobra, no to wszystko. No to dzięki za oglądanie. No to trzymajcie się. Dobranoc. Narka.